This week, and we got a late start because of Great Expectations, we are going to be discussing plays or drama. And drama is probably the oldest form of literature in existence. Now, the oldest piece of written literature that we have is the Epic of Gilgamesh. And we have other types of writing that predate Gilgamesh, but this is the first piece of literature. But drama probably existed even before that. And it is theorized that drama came about from the inaction of myth. And the logical progression would have been rituals within temples that enacted, stories from mythology. And then that would follow then a more, ritualized, but, giving it more aspects of what we think of drama with a plot, characters, etc., etc. So it is very likely that our very ancient ancestors were performing ritualistic dramas before they were writing down pieces of literature. Now, the Greeks were great playwrights. I almost said playwrights. And we still obviously read their work. Now, we're reading Sophocles, Oedipus the King, this time, but you had many other Greek playwrights that again are still read. Euripides, and of course I try to think of them and they go boom over my head. But Greek drama has been very famous throughout the world and has given us many of the aspects that we still use. Roman drama adapted and adopted the Greek rules of drama and also added to it. In Roman drama is where we got on stage blood, which is something that we will still carry on today. Within Greek myth, for example, in Greek drama, I should say, when they were enacting the play of Medea, wherein Medea kills her two young sons, she would have killed them off stage in Greek drama. But in Roman drama, they would have had it right on stage. And of course, they wouldn't really be beheading the children, but, a simulation thereof. There were other devices in Greek and Roman drama that we still use. One is the Deus Machina, which actually means the machine of the gods. And that was where a god would swoop down in a chariot or fly down or in whatever contrivance that was, proper for the time and save everybody. We still see this in movies and modern drama, but it takes a different form. It isn't necessarily a god, a machine of the gods who is coming and saving the characters, but perhaps it's the army or Superman or something along those lines instead of the gods. Now, Aristotle set forth 3 unities for drama that were followed a long time, but which we don't still follow in modern days. And those unities are, 1, the unity of action. Aristotle said there should be only one plot, one thing that the audience is watching, and that the playwright should concern himself, and it was a him, concern himself with. There should not be any subplots. The other unity was place. Aristotle and the playwrights who took his advice made their I'm having a cat fight in the back. Made their action happen in one place. It wasn't spread out over a large geographical area. And the other unity was time. The action should take place within a 24-hour period. Now, of course, if you watch movies today or TV shows and, drama theater on stage, we no longer adhere to these unities. But for a long time, playwrights and people who staged the plays did follow these unities. So in some ways, drama has evolved. You have much more elaborate stage directions, and when you read Oedipus, you'll see that the staging is very minimal. There's not a lot of directions, and you don't read where Oedipus should say this with emotion or how the stage should be set up. Whereas when you read modern scripts, it gives those types of directions. Now, these actors within the ancient times, they would have known, they would have had directors, and the playwright was probably often the director. They would have known. They were very clearly delineated into dramas and comedies. And so if you were in a comedy, it was going to be light, and you were going to speak light, and the subject matter was going to be light. But of course, in a drama, Oedipus was not going to run around laughing. So as you read Oedipus, and then I'm going to hold off and have you read the other modern play for next week, so you don't have to worry about that right now. When you read Oedipus, pay close attention to or lack of attention to the stage directions, because you will not see this, but when we read the next play, you will see much more direction given to how the authors are supposed to, how the actors are supposed to speak, and how the stage is supposed to look.